Did you know that your emails could either make or break your customer's positive first impression of you? This is why we're going to talk about some email phrases you should be ignoring today. What's up? You're watching Tito Talks English Mondays, once again with me, your favorite Tito Miguel, who loves to make English discussions easier to understand for both agents and clients. Magandang Monday po sa atin lahat. Yep, I know it's the start of another begrudging week. The weekends go by so fast, don't they? But not to worry, your tita is here to keep you company this Monday afternoon with a very interesting lesson on English as we are talking about to be specific, six email phrases that you should stop using because they could be hurting your chances of scoring good potential clients by ruining their by ruining their opinion of you or by creating a wrong impression about you. Especially in today's pandemic, emails are probably one of the strongest and most frequently used ways that you can communicate with your potential clients. You can reach anyone as long as they have an email address, and as long as these people check their email addresses regularly, you're sure that your communication gets to them, which makes it all the more important. While it's just while most people dismiss email, saying that they're just electronic pieces of mail which people can discard easily, and sometimes your email can get into the spam folder, which makes them even less important. Creating a good first impression, especially with your first email to your potential client, is of utmost importance. The way you use your words, the way your sentences are constructed, all the way down to your subject line. Everything has to meet a certain agenda. Everything has to project a certain image of you, especially if your customer has never seen you yet. The only basis they can have for judging your character, the only basis they have for judging what kind of person they are, if they can trust you, if they should listen to you, is going to be, of course, how you deliver yourself in an email conversation. Which is why it's very important that we choose our words carefully. And sometimes, although we are careful, some of the phrases people frequently use are not actually helping you out. Let's start with one of them, shall we? Yes, to whom it may concern. Now, what's so wrong about this? Well, this gives off the impression that you did not bother to do the necessary research to find out who specifically you should be emailing for your particular concern, especially if it's an email asking for an appointment for a sales pitch. You should know that's non-negotiable. When you're sending an email, especially to a new potential client, it's important that you know exactly who you're emailing. To be very, very specific about that. Even if you're not sure of the name of the client or if you're emailing an office, the very least you should be familiar, or you should know either the name of the secretary, press secretary, their what do you call this, their marketing consultants, their purchasing officers, whoever it is inside the company that you have to penetrate. Sorry, wrong term. Whoever it is inside the company that you have to contact in order to connect with them, you have to know at the very least their name and their position so that you know who to send your email. By saying to whom it may concern, you're sounding like an eighth grader, sorry, not eighth grader, a sixth grader trying to email their professor or their teacher that they're not coming to school anymore. And that's not exactly professional, and it's not going to help create a really good impression about you because it makes you look lazy, it makes you look insincere, and it makes you look like you're in a rush. Instead of using to whom it may concern, you can address your email to the specific office. For instance, good day to the office of Mr. Miguel. Good day to the office of so and so. Always make sure that you do know the name of the person you're talking to. Because if you don't, why email in the first place? As per my last email, or as I've previously said, that sounds so condescending, right? When you use this particular phrase, it's the same as saying, "Sinabi ko na yan eh. Hindi ka ba nagbabasa ng email? Ito, tignan mo." And that's not a really good image to say. Now, you can do that with your colleagues, especially if you're really, really close with each other or you're really, really good friends and they don't mind you using a condescending tone when you talk to them. But if it's a client, you may want to be extra careful about using this phrase as per my last email. Ang yabang naman neto. Nagbabasa naman ako ng email. So instead of using as per my last email, reiterate the point without having to say that you've already mentioned it in a previous email. Just be sure that you don't sound condescending at all. Don't use or don't reference last emails unless there's something really really long in that previous email to which you no longer need to type in this new email that you're sending. So, if in case you want to point your customer to something specific that you've said in a previous email, just make a separate paragraph about it. It makes you sound less condescending and it makes you sound more sincere. I am forwarding this email to you as a special reminder. I am forwarding you this quotation I sent to my other customer. I am forwarding you our marketing materials from our previous conversation. The term forwarding is what I have a problem with. When you use the term forwarding, and I know it's exactly what it is in the email function, if you want to forward something, meaning you want to send something that's already been sent to you or a thread to which you're already part of, you're sending it to someone else. This means that you don't want to be bothered copying out text, selecting out certain specific portions of a previous thread that you want your customer to find out. Instead, you just give them the whole thing. Just give them the whole email, which could be a potential security breach. There could be specific facts, things, information in your forwarded email that is not intended for the person to whom you're forwarding your email. So you have to be very careful of saying, I'm forwarding you this email, I'm forwarding you this data. Instead of saying forwarding, simply use send. It's a lot more sincere and it doesn't sound like you're trying to cut around corners. Gentle reminder. This reminds me of the movie Despicable Me when Agnes says, "Can you please read me a story?" And then Gru goes like, "No." And then Agnes says like, "Pretty please." And then and then Gru says like, "The physical appearance of the please does not change anything." That was a terrible impression, but I hope you get my point. The physical appearance of the please does not change the fact that it's still a please. Just the same as a gentle reminder, no matter how gentle, is still a reminder. Which means even if you attach the word gentle to your reminder, it's still an implication that you're getting impatient, you're getting anxious, you're expecting someone to put out certain input, but they're not following through, and you want to follow up on that. No matter what way you put that in, that's always going to sound condescending and a little bit rude, even if you use the word gentle. So instead of using the term, I am giving you a gentle reminder of your report, I'm giving a gentle reminder of our appointment, instead of using gentle reminder, you may want to use the term follow up. It's more direct, it's more upfront, and at the same time, it's more sincere. I'm not kidding. I'd like to follow up on your report. I'd like to follow up on your quotation. I'd like to follow up on your response. And this makes you sound a lot more direct and a lot more professional as well. Kindly. It's the same issue I have with gentle reminder. It's like you have to remind someone to be kind when doing something. It's not necessarily, you don't necessarily have to do it anymore. You don't necessarily have to say it anymore. Kindly email me or kindly reply to this email. Kindly attach your report to this email. Kindly send your responses to this particular email. Kindly. Instead of using kindly, you can simply replace that and add the word please. Please send your emails here. Please respond within this particular time frame. Or, if you want to sound really fancy, I would greatly appreciate it if you could do this. I would be extra thankful. I would be grateful if you could do that. It sounds a lot more sincere than simply saying kindly. Last but not the least, this one I get a lot. This is noted, sometimes followed by the word thank you. This is noted, thank you. This is noted, as if you have a notebook with you right now and taking down notes from your customers' instructions or your clients or your partner's instructions. No. I would advise against using the term this is noted, as it is cliche. It's been overused, and with the general trend of how you respond with this is noted, it sounds a little bit cold. Uh-huh. This is noted. And usually, when you say the term noted, it gives you the image of very, very stern secretaries who want to get rid of you right away, so that they tell you that this is noted, and then they'll send you away, which is not really friendly and not really customer friendly at all. So instead of saying, or if you're instead of saying sorry instead of saying this is noted, you may want to change the term you use. Instead of saying noted, you can say understood. It's more direct and it sounds more professional. This is understood. I appreciate the follow up. This is understood. I will follow up with them. This is understood. You will have the report by this and then. This is understood. I will attach the necessary files. Whatever it is that you have to follow from the email that you've received. And also, it helps if you also voice out or you type in the specific action you're going to take. This is understood. I am going to do this and that. It adds more substance to your email, and it gives your recipient a better expectation of what you're going to do about the email that they sent you. Now, thank you so much for joining us today. I would like to give out a special shout out to Mr. Rod Mahinay, very very good subscriber to our channel. He's been answering the questions I post after every video, and he's answered most of our questions. You seem to be a very knowledgeable agent already, because most of the answers you're giving to my questions are actually correct. So cheers to you, Sir Rod Mahinay. Yeah, keep watching our videos, and I hope you invite more people to subscribe to our channel. It's been a pleasure speaking to you guys today. And once again, this is your favorite Tito Miguel, always saying, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.